Making a big life change isn't easy.
Today I'm gonna test some water.
And you'll quickly find that there's something to do all the time.
Taking one for the team? No, that's not the right use of that phrase.
So, welcome to 7 days in our life.
Alright, so I just bought this skid steer right here, as is. I think these are my batteries. I've been waiting months for them.
So what do people do if they don't know how to build a solar station? Watch YouTube?
Buy one. Today I'm gonna test some water. Pump the bit out, and I'm gonna use this water tester here and see what we got going on. I just got rid of our articulating bed frame to a dude who's living in a yurt up in the Santa Cruz Mountains near us. And now I'm gonna get this bed going in here.
From work, an outdoor sofa that was damaged, like the side of it got crushed by a tree, but it's huge and it's still expensive. Kirk hasn't seen it yet, but hey, I'm just trying to furnish our land. Taking one for the team? No, that's not the right use of that phrase. Giving something to the team? Maybe that's it. I don't know, but I'm super pumped. I told them I would put the sofa in my truck, but they're gonna try to reverse up the driveway. It's like my worst nightmare all over again. I feel like I was already traumatized once with pulling our RV up, but we'll see if they can do it. This is crazy. I'll keep you updated. Sending you my new sofa. Crushed on the side, but it's good, and it's gonna need another leg. But that's our thing. You like it?
Oh yeah.
Here you go. Kirk and I were heading out to grab some dinner, and I went to put the laundry into the dryer, and the washer leaked all over the floor. The entire laundry room is flooded, so Kirk had to disconnect the hose from the wall. We're trying to clean it up. I don't know what we're gonna do. My parents left for out of town, so not like we wouldn't have cleaned it up anyway, but Dad, we broke the washing machine. That's what happens when I try to do laundry. What's your plan?
First, to get the water cleaned up so it doesn't destroy the floor. And then put a fan on, probably all night and all day tomorrow after we sop it. And then take this thing outside and run an extension cord to it and test it and see if it leaks, I guess.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. It wasn't my primary plan.
No, yeah? You had other plans for tomorrow?
I did. I had other plans.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright, so I just bought this skid steer right here, as is, and it's in pretty rough shape, but I think it's a nice skid steer, so I'm going to try to get it running. I've never owned a skid steer or worked on a skid steer, so this is going to be a daunting task. It's missing the hydraulic lines here, the bucket coupler down here, it should look like that, is gone. You can see cobwebs and dirt and mud. Also the fan and cooling system are all taken apart. And I don't know how many hours are on it because I think the battery's dead and when I turn the key. So I literally am buying this not knowing how many miles or hours are on it. Cross my fingers. FedEx guy just showed up with my batteries. How's it going? Thank you. I think these are my batteries. I've been waiting months for them.
Heavy ass.
What's that?
Heavy ass thing.
They're heavy, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you need a hand? Let me give you a hand. All right, they just showed up. Battery packs. I'm gonna build this up into basically a 300 amp hour battery. There's 16 3.4 volt batteries that I'll put together in series and they'll make the 51.2. And this will be a huge battery pack. As you can see, it's above waist high.
So Kurt got some new goodies for us.
I got a big battery set and a battery management system or electronics. When I originally built the whole solar trailer, it was a really large project, a lot of fabrication, a lot of electronics, a lot of power, and just a lot of moving parts, and a lot of electrical. So I didn't really want to take on doing the building your own battery, which is a whole nother project in and of its own.
So you bought some?
So I bought, 16 like 3.5 volt batteries that will now add up to the 51 volts that we need.
And then we could charge a Tesla?
And then it's a very big battery, yes.
So we can charge a Tesla?
Yeah.
Can we charge 2 Teslas? His and
probably
hers?
only one overnight.
Oh.
Need one more battery.
Okay, I guess only one Tesla is in the making.
So I'm gonna go open them. I'm gonna go grab it and open it.
Yeah, go get it. I want to stay here. I don't feel like getting up. Thank you. Here.
These look like the bus bars. These are what connect one battery to the other. These look like the things that go in between the batteries. And So basically, like 3.5 volts, then 3.5 volts, you get 7 volts. Kind of the same thing I did previously with 12 volt batteries. I guess the previous batteries have 4 of these in them. So you can imagine that in that one shell, there were 4 of these tied together in series, which gave you the 14.6 volts. So now I have 16 of them, so 4 times 4 gives you 4 times 12, which is your 48 volt system, all built up from basically 3 volt batteries. And again, they're all tied in series. The difference is this battery pack is 300 amp hours, and the previous battery pack was 100 amp hours, so it's 3 times as large. So there's 3 times as much capacity, and you can sink a lot more current out of it, in a nutshell. Basically, the batteries are best discharged at a rate of 0.2 C. So if they're 100 amp hours, they're rated to give you 100 amps for an hour, or 100 amp hours at 0.2 C, meaning 20 amps is the maximum, is the most efficient current draw. So if you draw them at 100 amps, they're going to drain extremely fast. Whereas if you draw them at 20 amps or 0.2 times 100 amp hours, that's what they're rated at. So you get 2 things when you do this. You get a much larger battery bank, therefore you can have a lot more stuff drawing without sun. And the second thing you get is when you go up to 300 amp hours at 0.2 C, that's 300 times 0.2, which gives you 60 amps. And that's roughly what we draw on the RV with the incinerator toilet or the heater or things like that. You're drawing roughly between 60 to 80 amps, so you're operating in the peak efficiency range of how these batteries are supposed to be discharged. So that's how it works.
So what I'm hearing is I can charge so many things at once because we have more batteries.
Pretty much.
These are like the batteries in the junk drawer when you're like, do we have any AAAs? And you have these because your other ones ran out. Am I right?
Sure.
Same?
Not even remotely close.
Oh. Well, while I'm over here flooding the house with dishwashers and washing machines, you're making stuff happen. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the next project.
You got something else?
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't want to build my own battery in the original build, but now that everything's built and everything's done, I want to go with the bigger battery. Part of going with the bigger battery is that you need a management system to put them all together safely and have them balance charge in real time. So I bought a battery management unit that I'm going to open. It's from Batran in Australia.
Australia?
Australia. And what I ordered were a bunch of fuses. So every one of these leads has a fuse on it and goes to every battery to test the nominal voltage. This is the USB cord for programming the electronics. Okay, so this is the K9. It allows me to use, so I bought 16 batteries, and there's 16 inputs here. So each one of these, this is the voltage of battery 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 16 individually. And that's what these leads right here go to, so they're fused.
Just plug those in?
You have a wire, you have to do the wiring, but basically it's fused so that you don't blow this thing up. And then each one of these goes out to the positive voltage on every battery, on all 16 batteries. And so this is how you're monitoring the actual battery voltage so that you can discharge one and charge one faster, discharge one slower and charge one faster if their voltage is changed. So that's what happened. That's what it means by battery management, is you have 16 batteries, and to safely use them, they all have to be roughly around the same voltage. So that's what that piece does. And then this is the main, this is like the motherboard. This is the main controller. Yeah, this is the motherboard. This has the firmware, and this communicates with that. So you know, if we get another battery bank, so this is your motherboard and processor, this is what monitors the battery. If we get another battery bank, we just add one more of these, and we plug this little lead. It's a CAN bus. We can plug it into the next unit, and then the next unit. So it's expandable to more battery banks, which is one of the reasons why I wanted this system. I could buy the system once and continue to simply just buy this, do the exact same architecture over and over and over for each battery bank. And then this, I already have this in the system. It's the shunt. The one that I bought was Victron, which is a really good company, but I went ahead and went with the Batrium shunt since I was going to interface all of this into a data system anyway. Just easier to have the same system doing it. So that's basically the battery management system in a nutshell. So you have your input and then your output, and that feeds into the controller to tell it how much amperage is going in and out of the battery. And this monitors the voltage of every single battery. So that's the complete system.
You're doing a really good job. So what do people do if they don't know how to build a solar station? Watch YouTube?
Buy one.
Buy one. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And join us on Patreon.
We came on up to the land today and we have a lot of weed whacking to do.